This is my video for user sessions. So you can see the website says that I am not logged in. So I have the option to register or log in. Here's a secret page. I cannot see it because I'm not logged in, so it takes me to the logout page. So if I go home and register, I'll register as BBB. So register, now it says I'm logged in. So I could log out, I can look at the secret page, it says alien shot JFK, so I can go home and I'm still logged in, it says. So I can still go to the register page if I wanted to, the login page, and I can still see the secret page, so I can log out. So now I'm logged out, I'll go back home, try to look at the secret page, I can't do it, I can register again, let's try to log in as BB. So now I'm logged in again, I can look at the secret page, so here's my code, index page. I've got session start. I'm including the home controller and the user controller. Checking to see if controller and action exist, and if the controller's home, then I go there. If the controller is user, then I go there. So let's look at those. So my home controller includes the models, the view model. The dispatch function checks to see if the action is either homepage, login, register, logout, or secret. And if it's one of those things, then it'll get the header view, get the same named view, and get the footer view. And that's it. In the user class, it connects to the database. It does, let's see, models, date. We'll check that out. Models, date, time difference, right? So I think I'm using this to log a person out after a certain number of minutes to kill the session. So I was looking at my user controller. So if the action is register, it calls the function called add user with the email and the password, and after it adds the user, it logs that person in, and then it gets the header and the login page and the footer, the logged in page and the footer. Else, if the action is login, then it just logs them in. If the action is logout, then it logs out. So the add user function takes username, email, and password, connects to the database, inserts the user, inserts the username and email, and then it gets the ID of the last inserted user, and it creates a new salt, which just is a random string of 32 characters, 20 characters it looks like. And it inserts the salt into the database, the table called salt, and then it updates the password in the user table with that hashed password. It's hashing it right here with the MD5 function, and it's concatenating the salt to the end of the password. And the login function just connects to the database, makes sure the user ID is not empty, gets the user salt from the salt table, hashes the password they typed in with the salt. Let's see, get user password. So that's sending the user ID to the get user password function, so it returns the hashed password, and then I take the password they type in and the salt that I've already gotten from the database, and I got the hash, and then I compare them here to see if the hash is if the two hashes are equal, and if they are equal, then I set the session variable as logged in to true, and I show the logged in page. Otherwise, I send the message that it was a bad password, and I don't give you. So I send them back to the login page and then show the footer. And the logout page just stores the session and sets the session variable is logged into false, and then shows the logged out page. Get user password connects to the database, selects the hash from the database, and returns it. Get user ID connects to the database, selects the user ID from the database where the usernames are the same as the one that was passed in, executes it, and returns it. This receives the registration form, so it would do the form verification right there, and it would add the user, and it would log them in. Let's look at the models. So my DB connector just connects to the database. My salt class, I have a function called getRandomString that creates a random string of length 20 and returns it. And getUserSalt connects to the database and selects the salt for that particular user ID from the salt table in the database and returns it. And my view model is the same as it was before. Well, I was doing Python before, but now it just it has the full path, server-side path all the way up to the views directory, and it was past the file name, and it just gets that and includes it. Protector, I'm not sure if I'm using it, but the protector would just sit at the top of the file and make sure you're logged in. It would sit at the top of any file that needs to be logged in. So for example, the secret file needs to be protected, so I put include models protector at the top of it, and it checks to see if you're logged in before it shows you the content. And my login form's got the insight, multi-part form data, method post, space for the bad password message right here.